Why do some men lose an incredible woman without realizing it until it's far too late? It isn't always because they didn't love her. Sometimes they simply didn't understand her. A Sigma female doesn't usually ask for grand gestures. She rarely demands constant attention. She isn't interested in controlling every aspect of a relationship. Because of that, many men make a dangerous assumption. They believe she's easy to keep happy. They assume her patience means she'll tolerate anything. Her independence means she doesn't need reassurance. Her calmness means nothing is wrong, but those assumptions couldn't be further from the truth. The Sigma female may not express disappointment dramatically. She won't always argue over every issue. She won't constantly threaten to leave. Instead, she observes. She communicates. She gives opportunities for growth. And if nothing changes, she quietly reaches a conclusion. By the time many men realize something is wrong, she's already emotionally checked out. This doesn't mean every relationship involving a Sigma female ends this way. Healthy relationships are built by two people willing to learn, communicate, and grow together. But certain mistakes repeatedly damage relationships with women who deeply value authenticity, trust, and emotional maturity. Today, we'll explore the 10 biggest relationship mistakes men make with Sigma females, and why avoiding them can completely change the future of a relationship. Let's begin. 1. Taking her silence as a sign that everything is fine. One of the biggest misunderstandings about Sigma females is believing silence means happiness. It doesn't. When something hurts her, she doesn't always react immediately. She reflects first. She asks herself whether the issue is temporary, whether it's worth discussing, whether the relationship is strong enough to overcome it. Many men mistake this quiet reflection for acceptance. They assume, if she isn't complaining, everything must be okay. Meanwhile, she's paying attention. She's noticing whether the same behavior keeps repeating. She's asking herself whether she's truly being heard. By the time she finally speaks, she's often thought about the issue for weeks. And if those conversations continue being ignored, her silence changes. It no longer becomes reflection, it becomes emotional distance. That's why emotionally attentive men don't wait for loud arguments. They notice the quiet changes first. 2. Assuming her independence means she doesn't need love. The Sigma female is independent. She has her own goals, her own passions, her own identity. She can enjoy time alone without feeling lonely. Unfortunately, many men misunderstand this. They think, she doesn't need affection. She doesn't need reassurance. She'll be fine no matter what. But independence doesn't erase emotional needs. She still wants kindness, respect, thoughtful communication, moments of connection. The difference is that she doesn't constantly beg for them. She quietly appreciates them when they're present, and quietly notices when they're absent. Strong relationships aren't built because someone needs another person to survive. They're built because both people intentionally choose to care for one another. The Sigma female wants partnership, not emotional neglect disguised as independence. 3. Believing she'll always give. Another chance patience is one of the Sigma female's greatest strengths. She understands that people make mistakes. She believes growth is possible. She's willing to forgive genuine effort. Because of this, some men begin assuming she'll always stay. Another broken promise, another forgotten conversation, another moment of dishonesty. Each individual mistake seems small, but relationships rarely end because of one moment. They end because of repeated patterns. The Sigma female rarely leaves after the first disappointment. She leaves after realizing the disappointment has become normal. By then, she's already exhausted from hoping things would improve. The tragedy is that many men begin changing only after she has emotionally accepted that nothing will. And by that point, the opportunity has often passed. 4. Trying to control. Instead of trusting her, healthy love creates freedom. Unhealthy love creates control. The Sigma female quickly recognizes the difference. She doesn't respond well to unnecessary jealousy. Constant suspicion, monitoring her every move, questioning every friendship, demanding endless proof of loyalty, not because she rejects commitment, but because she believes trust is the foundation of commitment. When someone tries to control her instead of trusting her, she doesn't feel protected. She feels misunderstood. She begins wondering whether the relationship is based on love or insecurity. A Sigma female willingly gives loyalty. She refuses to surrender her identity, and that's an important distinction. 5. Ignoring the small things that matter. Many men wait for major relationship problems before making changes. The Sigma female notices the small things long before that. The conversations that slowly disappear. The appreciation that is no longer expressed. The promises that become inconsistent. The effort that quietly fades over time. Relationships rarely collapse overnight. They weaken one unnoticed moment at a time. She doesn't expect perfection. She simply notices consistency. Did he ask how her day was? Did he keep his word? Did he listen without immediately trying to solve everything? Did he make her feel valued even on ordinary days? These moments may seem insignificant, but together, they create emotional security or emotional distance. The Sigma female understands that lasting love isn't built through occasional grand gestures. It's built through hundreds of small moments repeated over months and years. And those small moments are often the first things people stop appreciating. 6. Thinking winning arguments is more important than understanding. Many people enter disagreements with one goal: to prove they're right. The Sigma female enters difficult conversations with a different goal: to understand. She isn't looking for perfection, she's looking for honesty. If every disagreement becomes a competition, if every concern is dismissed, if every conversation ends with someone needing to win, she slowly begins feeling emotionally alone. She appreciates a partner who can say, "I may not fully understand your perspective, but I want to." Those words build far more trust than simply proving a point. Because in healthy relationships, understanding creates connection. Winning creates distance. 7. Being inconsistent. Nothing causes a Sigma female to lose trust faster than inconsistency. Not because she expects perfection, but because consistency creates emotional safety. If a man is thoughtful one week, then emotionally unavailable the next, makes promises but rarely keeps them, shows affection only when it's convenient. She notices. She pays attention to patterns, not isolated moments. She understands that almost anyone can make a good impression for a short time. What matters is who they become after the excitement fades. Consistency tells her she can relax. Inconsistency tells her she always has to guess. And a relationship built on uncertainty rarely feels secure. 8. Assuming she will stay, no matter what. One of the most damaging assumptions a man can make is believing she'll never leave. Because the Sigma female doesn't constantly threaten to walk away, she doesn't use breakups as leverage. She doesn't create drama to prove a point. She simply keeps observing. She communicates. She gives opportunities for change. If nothing changes, she quietly reaches a decision. The dangerous part is that this decision often happens long before she actually leaves. By the time she says goodbye, she has already spent weeks or even months accepting that the relationship may no longer be healthy. To her partner, it can feel sudden. To her, it was the final step in a long process. 9. Failing to grow with her. The Sigma female never stops growing. She reads, learns, reflects, challenges her own thinking. She becomes more emotionally aware with each experience. She doesn't expect her partner to be perfect, but she hopes he'll be willing to grow alongside her. Relationships thrive when two people inspire each other to become better. Problems arise when one person keeps evolving while the other resists every opportunity to change. Eventually, she begins feeling like she's carrying the relationship alone. Not because she wants someone extraordinary, but because she values curiosity, accountability, and personal growth. She admires a man who can honestly say, "I was wrong," or "I'm still learning." Those words reveal strength, not weakness. 10. Waiting until she's gone to appreciate her. Perhaps the biggest mistake of all was realizing her value only after losing her. While she's present, her loyalty feels ordinary. Her patience feels expected. Her emotional maturity becomes familiar. Then she leaves. Suddenly, everything changes. The calm conversations, the quiet support, the mutual respect, the emotional safety she created. He begins comparing new relationships to the one he lost, not because every other woman is lacking, but because he finally understands how rare genuine peace really is. Many men spend months searching for what they once had without realizing it. The tragedy isn't losing someone valuable. The tragedy is failing to recognize that value while they were still there. Because appreciation delayed often becomes regret. Conclusion: the greatest relationship mistake men make with Sigma females isn't one dramatic action. It's overlooking the quiet things that matter most. Taking consistency for granted. Ignoring honest communication. Confusing independence with emotional distance. Believing patience means endless tolerance. The Sigma female isn't asking for perfection. She understands that everyone makes mistakes. She simply wants effort, respect, trust, and a relationship where both people continue choosing each other day after day. She doesn't expect grand romantic gestures every week. She notices the little things, the conversations, the reliability, the kindness shown when no one else is watching. Those ordinary moments become the foundation of extraordinary relationships. In the end, the happiest relationships with Sigma females aren't built by men who try to impress them. They're built by men who consistently respect them. Because trust isn't created in one unforgettable moment. It's built through hundreds of small decisions that quietly say, "You matter to me." And for a Sigma female, those words are most believable when they're demonstrated through actions. If this video resonated with you, let us know in the comments. Which relationship mistake do you think is the most damaging? Taking someone for granted, inconsistency, or poor communication? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos on Sigma female psychology, relationships, Carl Jung, and personal growth. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.